You are watching FEM Talk on Trajectory TV. Welcome and enjoy the show.
Hello. Welcome back to another FEM Talk Tuesday, everybody. It's that time. And I am here with Dr. Melissa. Dr. Melissa, tell them what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Oh, we are going to have some fun with sun safety because, this is our summer fun series. So how can we stay safe in the sun this summer?
Yes, I love it. And I have my scarf on because I'm ready to get on the yacht.
The yacht. That's right. We got to have something on the yacht this summer.
Yes, and I'm having a bad hair day, but Yes. So I'm going to let you take it away.
Oh, okay. Oh, there she goes. I was wondering where our other wonderful FEM Talk host was.
I had to leave the beach so I could come and get on the show.
And it is right in your backyard, right?
Exactly.
You had to come inside from the sun.
Yes. So before we get into fun in the sun and sun safety, we need to talk about what, ladies?
He's like, ew, Bernie, you're my brother in Christ. It's a fat dude right now at your job that like to at you right now. He just got a goofy name like Vernon or some. Vernon is the perfect guy. He got an 800 credit score. He owns 3 properties. He take care of his mama. He got no kids. He got 90 grand in the bank. He clean your cubicle out every night when you leave. He know how you like your Subway sandwich. You the dude that's working on a mixtape. That's what you doing. He dropping you off in your car, going to the studio / his cousin's house with the laptop to work on the project. Yeah, right. And every night you praying, Lord, send me somebody. God is like, take Vernon for a walk and get him some water. Y'all treat the friend zone dude so bad, he'll help you move twice. And you don't give him nothing but a big friendship hug. Thank you, Vernon. Oh my God, Vernon. Vernon in your leg. He's like, ew, Bernie, you're my brother in Christ.
No, Vernon.
So that's our hot topic today. It's burning for you.
Well,
talkers is burning for you.
It's burning for you. I tell you. I'm gonna throw this one. I'm gonna hear your answers. Miss Shima, let's start with you. Is Vernon for you?
Listen. I'm all right with the good godly brother, but that particular Vernon is not for me.
Was it the height thing? Vernon was 6'2".
It is. Oh, okay.
If Vernon was 6'2", is Vernon for you?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, we got a maybe.
But that's only because, no, I'm sorry. It depends. Everybody that's nice, and I have to say this, everybody that's nice does not mean that they should be dated.
Okay.
That I should date them.
Mm.
You know, and people will say to you all the time, "Oh, I have a nice guy for you." Not saying I want a not nice one, but just because he's nice doesn't
So
fit
easy
all of
for
the
me.
puzzle pieces. No.
I hear you. I hear you. So Vernon may not be for you. Nice guy and all.
Right.
Nice guy and all. Now, I am a new believer in the nerd. I think we overlook the nerd way too often, and the nerd ends up being the president of the next multi-million-dollar company. So, that's our Zuckers and, So, Vernon may be the nerd that we have looked over. You remember in high school, nobody talked to the nerd. The nerds have kind of, risen to the top of the gene pool, if you ask me.
Can they keep your attention? Can they stimulate your mind?
I think with those millions, they can. They
No,
can do different things.
Millions don't stimulate my mind. That's just.
I think we underestimate the nerds. So Tracy, tell me about Is Vernon for you?
Well, that's hard to say just from the video, right? So let me just preface with that part of it. It's hard to say just from the video because personality is a big thing for me. We have to mesh, right? We have to, like Shima said, the conversations have to be amazing, right? The conversations have to be really good. We have to really mesh. There has to be some chemistry. So, but if I had to say at first sight, and I will say this, and this may sound bad to people, but at first sight, no, because that's not my body type or style, right? So I'm just going to put it out there and just be real and transparent about it. No. However, if, I had a conversation with Vernon and Vernon had, some swag, as they say, and there was some chemistry, then Vernon might have a shot because like the guy said, I could take Vernon for a walk with some water and we can get Vernon in shape. So it would have to be because there's some chemistry there. But, at first sight, I would say no.
Okay, good. As your ladies know, I am a little married, so I can't. So Vernon's not
just a little married.
A little married.
30 years there, a little bit. But what I will say is, back in the day, prior BC or BL, BL, just a little married, but BL, Vernon probably would not be for me. Because I had a kind of Vernon, and I remember I had two Vernons, and me and Vernon were like this. I mean, that was one of my best friends. We did everything together. But to your point, chemistry, as much as people wanted us to be together, and I remember Vernon coming up to me and asking me to date him, and to all other people, I just love her. If there's that chemistry is real, it doesn't mean you don't like them, doesn't mean you don't get along. But if that pitter patter isn't happening in your heart, which sometimes is in your stomach, and even in the the lower parts, you need that va va voom, as Carrie Bradshaw says, that va va voom. Yeah. And if Vernon ain't giving you va va voom, then I think he needs to va va go and be just a friend.
Hey. Someone said Vernon is good enough to finish life with, but not to start life with. I'm gonna need to be interested throughout the whole life.
Yeah.
But
it may be a different way. I
didn't catch that one. What we need to do with Vernon?
Is Vernon good enough to start not good enough to start your life with, but to end your life with?
That's a great question.
That is a good question.
Yeah. Ooh. No. I'm still gonna say no.
No.
Because if the chemistry wasn't there from the beginning, you can't carry that throughout the years. There has to be something to carry it out, especially as you get older. There needs to be something special there.
Right. I think as we get older, we kind of don't settle now. Now we old in a way. Now I should say, we're older, more mature, and we know exactly what we want. So if Vernon isn't, like I said, that va boom, I don't know.
So, sexual appeal that fades. Looks fade. So if I'm going to be straight and honest. We're wrinkled. Things are sagging. Nothing looks great anymore. And we still connect here. I'm good. Because that's what's going to draw me to you anyway. For me, and I think I say you guys know this because we're friends. But for the viewers out there, if you can't stimulate me here, it doesn't matter how horny I am. This is it is 8:30 at night. Hope your kids are in the bed.
Go ahead,
It doesn't matter how horny I am. It doesn't matter how sexy you are, how well endowed you are. None of that matters if every time we talk, I feel like I'm watching the paint dry.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I got to challenge you on this just a little bit. And I know we got to get off this hot topic. However, you just said it doesn't matter about X, Y, and Z, but if you stimulate me. Now, I'm just going to ask you if the sex is horrible, right? Because this is FEM Talk. Does that stimulation still work?
What was my first profession, Bestie? What was my first profession, Bestie?
You were a teacher.
I don't have a problem teaching nobody how to treat this body good.
Okay, all right.
How to work this body. Because I can't tell you how it works for every woman. I can tell you how to make this one happy.
That's right.
What feels good to me.
Wait,
I apologize, Mommy.
I got you. I just have to address the comment there.
A little Mary,
your husband says, "Can you define a little Mary?"
Right. He want to put a number on it.
A little married is I'm married, I was just using the wrong the wrong adjective. Sorry, honey. We got lots of married. But I would say to that point, sex is here for me. It's all here. So I agree, Sheila. Sex is right here. So when you got me there, which that little married man I'm married to, he gets me there. So we a little happy. So little is my phrase for tonight for all the good stuff, honey. It's all the good stuff.
And she'll make it up to you later, right?
Right. You in trouble? I know.
All right, ladies, we have to move on to our topic for tonight. So, Dr. Simmons,
take it on.
Yes.
So we are getting ready for the summer. Today was an 80-degree day. I don't know if any of y'all got out there, but it was nice and toasty today in the northern hemisphere of the United States, ladies. So we are just preparing for summer fun in the sun. And today we're going to talk about sun care. Because, in order to have real fun in the sun, we want to do it healthy. We want to do it the right way. We don't want to have no issues. And I will say this, a lot of times when we are of the darker pigmentation, we don't think we need sun care. And Absolutely. That's totally not the case. So what we want to talk about tonight is sun care. So, ladies, are we ready?
We are ready.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you brought up that part about the skin color and the pigment because we just assume, all our years we just figured, oh, that's not for us. That's not. We don't get the leather skin. Yeah, we can.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. And the sun, the raw sun, is powerful. And I think we all enjoy a sunny day, and that's why we still get skin cancer. And a lot of people don't think that's the case. We a darker pigment person does get sunburn, so we can talk about some sun care and how do you take care of burns in the sun, but we really need to take care of our skin. And one of the things we want to start out with, and we're going to look at this in different ways today. We want to start out with the face, okay, and with the skin and our arms as we wear our beautiful bathing suits and bikinis. There you go.
I take my cap.
That's right. You just came in from the sun. I want to talk about the sun care regimen. So most people talk about the regimen starts with first cleansing, meaning we have to really cleanse our skin on a daily basis. They recommend if you have dry skin, you might want to do moisturizers and clean your skin with a moisturizing cleanser. A lot of times in the daytime. But if you have dry, oily skin, you might want to do some regimens and take the oils away from your skin at night.
Yes.
So depending on what the different types of skin you have, combination skin. I know I have combination. I have that T-zone area that kind of always gets affected. I have to be careful what I do at night and in the morning. So, but when you talk about skincare, first starts with the cleansing. And then the next piece is moisturizer. So you want to get good moisturizer for your skin type. And in that moisturizer, you can go to that next level where, and all the professionals believe that you should wear some kind of SPF every day.
Single.
Hear me, ladies. Every day you should be doing some kind of SPF. And the SPFs that start with, they said you should start always with 30 and up. And 30 and up will always protect, because every day, there they go, are some UVs that we are dealing with. So I'm going to go to Shima, and then I'm going to go to Tracy. So tell us a little about the product you have, Miss Shima.
This one, everybody who knows me. I'm an Avon lady. I've been an Avon lady for several years. And I like this because it's a face. It's for my face. Mm-hmm. It doesn't leave any chalkiness. You brought up the T-zone and the different combination skin a lot. And what I wanted to mention, and I don't want to forget that, is as people of color, we forget that it doesn't necessarily mean that you have oily in some spots and dry in the other. You can have normal and oily. You can have normal and dry, and then you can have dry and oily. So where my T-zone is normal, my cheeks are dry. So I'm a heavy moisturizer. I'm an old-fashioned Pond's user. I guess I'll say that because we can say that. I'm a Pond's user because it has SPF in it. So that is my daily, and this is the extra, a new, that I put on, and it has SPF 50 when I'm in the sun, and I spend a lot of time in the sun.
Yes.
So those are my go-tos.
I love it. I love it. And Miss Tracy, what do you have today in terms of sun care?
Well, this is a sunblock. So after you cleanse and you moisturize, you just put this on. But what I'm a firm believer in too, and I've had skin problems for a very long time until, more recently, probably the last 10 years when I started eating better. But I'm a firm believer in products that your skin really drinks, right? If your skin is not absorbing it, if it's laying on top of it, it's not the right skincare for you, right? Your skin is supposed to absorb this in order for it to be effective. So this is very lightweight. It's SPF 40, very lightweight though. It just really goes into my skin really nicely. So that's what I love about it.
I love it. I love it. One of the things that I have it in my makeup bag right now, I use a tinted moisturizer that has a skin bar, because if you know me, I love my makeup regimen. Ooh, yes. So for those women that use makeup, and I have used NARS tinted moisturizer for years. It has actually replaced my foundation. So I use that all the time, and has a beautiful SPF, and it goes to, and what I love about their product is they have all kinds of shades. So I use it, and I'm a darker skinned woman, beautiful dark berry, and they have colors for my skin tone. So I love that. It allows me to get my tinted versus foundation, because foundation
is lighter.
I love that you said that. Foundations don't always have the SPF. Where a tinted moisturizer will, and you get it's a double dose. You're now getting some color, and now you get a moisturizer, so you can kind of not put all the stuff. So you get one product that does a couple of things for you, right? So now you got the tinted look. You got that kind of sun-kissed look going on. You have the tinted moisturizer, and now you your face that dry. My dry areas they aren't as dry as I get into the sun. So I love my tinted moisturizer, and I love my stores, and I will say the store Sephora. So if you go to Sephora and try to ding, and check out, they have a few tinted moisturizers. NARS is not the only one they have. That's what I also love about Sephora. You can always go in there, find one of the wonderful assistants, and they can show you all the different tinted moisturizers you have. So if you like a little makeup on your face in a day, look for that with SPF, and they have them.
Your NARS one is a good one. It's light. It's very light.
Very
light. You rub it between your fingers. You can feel it like a veil. It's light. The best part I wanted to say when you said that, about our skin colors, of course, in the summertime, your skin tone changes. So if you're using a tinted moisturizer, you have the opportunity to start out the summer one color and end the summer with a different color. It's easier on your pockets when you use the tinted moisturizer. Not only is it lighter, and it still gives you all of the attributes as a foundation and the SPF, but you can buy multiple and have your skin covered no matter how much sun you've had.
Yeah.
I love the question. Do y'all see that question?
Yeah.
That's Lamont Simmons. Woo. I'm like, that's my Vernon. But
You're a little right. You're a little happy with that.
I'm a little happy with that one. But I love that question. That's right. That's the little varied one. But I will say this. I love that question in terms of complexion. And yes, you should, depending on your complexion, you should consider higher SPFs. But let me tell you one thing, ladies, and everybody out there, our gentlemen and ladies, after 50, it really does not matter. You kind of don't, you may have to apply, like there's a lot of tinted, not tinted moisturizer, but SPFs that go up to 100. Right. The truth of the matter is it doesn't give you more coverage. It allows it to stay on a little longer. So what it does, it still does the same thing as a 50. And especially if you're like, one of the things I always conscious of is not to have so much sun on my face, because my face, because it's exposed, tends to get the most sun. So I'll put a heavier or a higher number SPF on my face than I would on my arms or my legs, because I like a little bit of sun on my legs. They've been covered up all winter, so I want a lower SPF on my legs and a higher one on my face, because I don't want as much sun, because your face is always exposed to the sun. So a little bit higher in the face to kind of balance what the rest of your body may need that was covered up all winter. So that's how I go about it. The 70s and 100s, what that does is allows the cover to stay on a little longer. So if you have the higher, I'm saying, aren't you?
I don't want to reapply 9 million times.
That's
so I go with the 75 and 100 on my body, and as far as I can go on my face, because I just don't. Let's be honest, I'm not gonna keep doing it.
That's
I'm in the pool and in the ocean for hours.
So. And just laying out there, and one of the things you have to remember is. And this is another reason why, and what you do want to get is waterproof SPFs and moisturizers. About the moisturizers is if they're not waterproof, and when you're in the water, the reflection of the sun from the water gives you more sun rays hitting your face. So you do want to make sure before you go in the water, and then after you come out the water, to do some reapplication of that, just to make sure that the sun really allow, that the SPF you put on is doing its job. So if you're out there for like 8 hours, you need about 2 or 3 applications of your that's right, 2 or 3 applications of your sunscreen.
Yeah. Right. And there was a question there: are they sweat proof? I haven't found one that's sweat proof yet, but you guys tell me if you have, because I definitely haven't.
Well, the one on my body doesn't run.
No, not run.
Meaning,
you will still sweat.
Now if you mean don't sweat at all, then no.
Yeah.
No, you'll sweat, but it won't take off all. Like they do have more athletic versions of SPFs, so they do allow the sweat to come and not remove all of the sunscreen. So they do have sweat proof. Do you still sweat? Yes, but it allows the moisturizer to stay on, or the sunscreen to stay on a little bit longer. And they have them. If you look for them, your drugstores have them. So, Rite Aid, Walgreens, CVS, all of that stuff, Walmart, you could always find them. And now, because it is sun season, you'll see all of them out there. I do recommend go out there, get the one you want so that you don't have to, and always keep it on you, because even if you're walking around, not on the beach, say you're just walking, taking a nice walk, you may need to put some on. So
who asked that wonderful question? Because that was a good question. You have me trying to read.
I know.
Is it sweat proof?
That's
right.
They putting us to the task today.
I know. I'm like,
but I try to do my homework, right? So what we're gonna talk about next. So now we got the skin all covered. Now there's a lot of options when it comes to covering your skin with clothing. Oh, eye protection. Okay, so eye protection. But we're going to talk about protective clothing first, and then we'll go to eye protection because we need a little bit of both. So protective clothing. One of the things I've really loved that's come out in the last few years is now they, there it goes. They've come out with all kinds of options in terms of to keep our body covered. And as you see, beautiful Shima has on the fabulous hats. Yes, ma'am. Work. And she is looking fabulous. And hats are such a great clothing to put on to keep the sun out of your face. And then what the hat is able to do, depending on how big the brim is, it just not just gives face coverage, but your neck and your back, because a lot of times you miss the sun that hits your neck, and that's usually a spot that people get sunburn and is on the neck because they forget about their neck is exposed. So those big brim hats really do come in handy. A lot of people that play sports that are out there, that's a baseball cap. That's why a lot of the people wear baseball caps to keep that sun out their face. Again, you have to make sure that your neck is covered, especially if you're behind the sun, so that the sun is hitting your thing. But what's some other things that you had? I see Shima has the hat. Miss Tracy, what else do you have? You're wearing a nice scarf.
Yes. This is my yacht scarf.
That's right. And the scarves, again, and they do have scarves that have sun protection. You might want to put that on. And especially, let me remind you of the babies. Don't forget our little ones.
Exactly.
Babies should always have hats on and coverage on the sun. A lot of times we forget about them, and we want to make sure our little babies are covered in the sun. Hats are beautiful for babies, and they do have coverage for them. And now they have, and I can't give me 2 seconds because they are rocking now the other sun protection. But one last thing is you could also now buy bathing suits that has sun protection in them. Yes. And what I love about the bathing suits, because I think they've come out now, and the new bathing suits out are also, I'll say, sensitive and really do accommodate a lot of people who, based on their religion, really can't expose a lot of their skin. So I'm not going to get in what religions do that, but now they have a lot of sun bathing suits out there that go down all down your arm. They have leggings, and they really do cover. And if you notice, a lot of them do have sun protection. So if sun, and some people are allergic to the sun, so be sure to get some of those clothing. Like I said, you can find those in Walmart now. You can find them in your popular sun bathing suit stores. And I know she was going to do a special for us soon on bathing suits. So she'll cover all of those little ones and give us some examples. But finally, let's get to these fabulous
ones. I mention one thing, I have to, right? Read the labels when it comes to the sun protective clothing, right? Read the warnings and read the labels. Understand what's actually in it before you put it on your body.
Yes, because what we don't want to have is our skin reacting to clothing. That's a whole nother topic in terms of allergies that can get on, that really could affect the body based on the clothing and what's in the clothing type. Unfortunately, I've suffered from that for the last couple of years. So I'm very sensitive to your point in terms of the clothing and what material is made out of, in terms of your skin to breathe. That's, make sure your skin can breathe so that when you put on these things, you have healthy skin, both below the clothing and, and when you take off your clothing. But I wanted to talk about the fabulous glasses, because and in addition to our skin, our eyes we need to be very sensitive in terms of what we wear on our eyes. Yes. And I hope everybody knows you should never look directly at the sun at any time. And depending on the time of day, it can really damage your eyes. But what I love about the glasses that both these ladies have, they look fabulous, absolutely fabulous. But in addition to that, we want to protect our eyes from the UV rays. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, and yes. And these actually have the Ray-Bans are actually a great, and I'm saying the name. Yep, call me Ray-Ban. Ray-Ban actually has great protection in their glasses. Absolutely. So they have the blue light technology also in here for the sun. So and they're not as expensive as some of the other glasses that you might buy. So I just wanted to put that out there. But you got to be stylish too. So.
Yeah. Well, nowadays you have to be stylish and you have to have a reader in it. Let's just be honest.
So yeah, you guys know I was going to talk about readers. Are those readers?
No.
Neither one of these are readers. No. Let's just be honest. But I do have a pair. I have several pair because I might want to read the menu at the resort in the all-inclusive place that I'm staying to get me a mimosa or a glass of champagne, and I want to make sure I read that and don't read something that I don't eat. Or drink, so I need to pay attention. But you can still.
It is so true. Yes, still being fabulous. But and absolutely. I will say this, and we are looking for some sponsorship from Zelo. So hello, Zelo. I will talk about them today. Zelo is a good. I live on prescriptions. I have had a prescription since I've been 4. So I cannot go outside of a day without wearing glasses, literally cannot see past my glasses. So glasses are an important part of my life. What I have been able to do recently is through these, and Zelo is one of those products. Hello, Zelo, come on, we talk about you. I've had selling this clip. But anyway, I've been able to purchase from them prescription progressive sunglasses. Hello, prescription and progressive. And sun protection. So, and that has been a game changer for me. I'm not spending $1,000 for the glasses, frames, and prescriptions. So there are now so many different alternatives that you can get on prescription sunglasses. If you need progressive, or you need readers, Shima, all kinds of different glasses now. And I recommend you get them. And I love what Tracy said. Oftentimes we want to go into the 5 and dime store. And I know back in the day, it used to be, what was it, Woolworth? The 5 and dime. But now it's the dollar store, right? And we want to go into the dollar store and buy what they have on the rack. And I'm not knocking the dollar store, but you want to make sure that they have the right UV prescription. Absolutely. Because the last thing you want to do is get something that maybe that, is just on the shelves to move product, and it really doesn't give you the protection you need. And now, for whatever reason, you look up at the sun, or you now your eyes, you feel that burning, you feel that that the sun has done some things to your eyes. Absolutely. But I would recommend always covering your eyes. And making sure that you never look back.
And don't overlook that option when you build your prescription online and they offer you the UV protection and the shading, the ones that'll go from light to dark to light, because that's one less glass you have to wear, and you have instant UV protection, and you'll still be able to go in and out, inside and outside without taking them off. So don't overlook that. It might cost a few more bucks, but it's worth it.
All right, everybody. We're going to take a short break. Do not go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to talk about more fun in the sun and sun safety.
Operate out of your dreams and your vision and not other people's expectation. Having breast cancer wasn't my choice, but the decision to live healthy so that I could stand before you here today, that's choice. You can choose this very moment to change your life from every perspective.
Tracy Randolph was our speaker. She came back because so many people liked her first presentation. I was one of those people that joined her fitness group, and it made me a better leader.
I grew up in a community, but they had limiting beliefs on what a little Black girl could do. Everything that you do in this life is a choice. I choose to live healthy. I choose to change my mindset. I choose to be everything that I dreamed of because I choose faith and I choose me. Live healthy, be everything that you can be today. Choose yourself.
We are back. Listen, we are a very transparent show. And I was trying to take my jacket off. And normally these ladies are able to see us in the background. And I was having a hard time. And I was counting down the seconds like, okay. When they come back on, it's going to look like you've been arrested and your arms are behind your back.
I cannot be surprised. And I don't mean to shout her out, but I'm gonna have to since we talk about wardrobe malfunction. I will not be surprised if one day, and thank God this is an after 8 show, that she don't have no clothes on when we come back on, because I tell you, if there's more clothes.
This is not the X-rated show though.
Listen, FEM Talkers, our pre-show prep is real. We are busy ladies. We come and we run and we are so ready for you. Sometimes we forget our shirts.
Speak for yourself.
I know.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Forgot. I don't know. Maybe she was going to forget that. I'm not forgetting that. As I mentioned, I'm a little married, so I'm not forgetting.
Somebody is going to remind you that you have on your shoes.
Maybe after the show, I might forget some clothes. Right.
Sunblocking accessories.
Sunblocking accessories. And I want to give a big shout out to Dr. Jennifer Simmons, because she helped me do my prep today. Woo, woo, woo. Dr. Simmons in the house. And I want to talk about a couple of things that I wanted to remind everyone of when it comes to sun care. Number one, avoid sun exposure if you are on antibiotics. Let's get a little real, people. You know, a lot of times certain medicines react to the sun. And one of the things you want to be very careful of is if you're on antibiotics, what happens, your skin becomes more sensitive and you're more likely to burn. So what you want to avoid is a lot of sun exposure if you're on antibiotics, okay? We already mentioned about the SPFs and what you should be doing. What you want to do is at least, again, daily put, like I said, you go to different stores, they have all kinds of ones. A lot of times doctors always tend to go to the Avenos and things like that, especially if you're dealing with certain, skin ailments, if your skin is sensitive. So there's options for different types of skin. Wanted to point that out. We are knowing we're going to always reapply every couple of hours, and especially if we're going into the water. We heard about that. This isn't one we didn't mention. Avoid the highest times of day where the sun is at its peak. Yeah. So between 10 and 2, you need to kind of come out of the water. That's why you often see people get on the beach, put their beach chair out. They stay out there till about 10. They go in and they come back out around 3, 4 o'clock. Because now the sun is not at its peak. And that's when a lot of burns happen, when you're in the sun at the highest, at that midday. So you really want to avoid the sun during the highest peaks of day, midday. You can look up and see. I'm a big believer in knowing where it is. So when the sun is right over, that's when you want to kind of go get lunch, go take a break, and then come back later. Keep yourself hydrated when you're in the sun. It's so important to always drink water, bring lots of water, drink lots of water. A lot of people get sunstrokes and get dehydrated when it comes to being out in the sun, and then you're dehydrated. Now you're laying on the, you're laying on the towel, you're getting all the sun, and now you get up and now you have different issues. Absolutely. So we want to avoid that. So always keep yourself hydrated in the sun. And this is a really good one, and this is for the moms and the grandmoms and the nanas out there and the aunties. be careful with your children at school and at camp. Keep them covered, because a lot of the camps and the schools, the kids are out there playing all day. So parents, make sure that your babies put into, on the morning, put their sunscreen on, and then give them some reapplication. A lot of times you could buy the spray so they can spray it on themselves, right before they go out for lunch. Again, always give your children a little hat to put on. And as much as they're going to be out there, if they need to have, shirts that cover up and keep them covered from sun, especially if you're going to be in a lot of sun activity. You want to be really sensitive to that. If they're going to amusement parks on, field trips and stuff like that, just be real aware of what they're doing and what they're going to be doing in the sun. Always send your babies with water, and again, have them with hats and have them with some kind of self-application sunscreen. I'm going to throw this a little bit to Shima, because I know there's a one product that I always take with me everywhere I go, and that is the Avon product, and it's wipes. And the wipes that I use from Avon are yes, they are dual purpose. Do you have them, Shima?
I'm telling you, this beach bunny rarely is unprepared. I tell you, it is a little wipe. It has bug protection, because I don't play with it. It protects me from bugs. I am not an avid lotioner. I'm okay with saying that. It gives me moisturization. Do not make that face. And the best part is it has 30. I think this one is 30%. I mean, this is a SPF of 30. So you're getting moisturized, you're getting bug repellent, you're getting sunscreen, and you're protecting yourself. All in one packet. It is the best little wipe you ever. All in one packet. And it lasts you.
Every time
you have done this, Dr. Mimi, all day. You've only wiped that morning and you were good for the whole day. Yeah, she taught me that, and I'm the Avon. But it is a very good product. I mean, you don't want to listen, you don't want to bulk yourself down with 9 million different products if you can help it. If you find something that works for you and does 2 or 3, definitely run with that, especially when it comes to travel. It just makes it easy. This is something similar. Also screen. It's a little hard, you guys, but it's pink. Also bug protectant, skin protectant, SPF of 50 as well, sunscreen, and of course I use it for my lotion. It does all 3, and that's what I take with me, especially when I go out of the country and I go to other cities. We're talking about protection in the sun, but some of the other things that get you in the sun in those hot climates are the bugs. And they lead to those type of things, other diseases and things that you could kind of ward off. So if you could put all 3 together, you want to protect yourself as best you can.
When I tell you that is the best product that I buy them, I started buying them in bulk. And what's great about it, it has a really nice scent. So you don't smell, how some bug sprays, they kind of have an interesting smell to them. Not this. When I tell you, it's a gentle breeze. I put it on, and I put it on everywhere. I do the whole body, and I don't get bugs. That's right. I don't get burns, and I am covered. And we have been to tropical places where and people come back, oh, I got bit up all day. I said, no, I didn't.
And you did not.
That's right. Tropical places with no bites, because I put that on in the morning, and maybe I may reapply it at night. But I usually, one, and it's a great application. And I think they're perfect for children, especially if they're going to be at camp. They can now just take out the wipe, rub it right on their bodies, and now they're being covered. So great option.
That is a perfect tip, because camp is not all day. So,
but you hear this, right? The cocoa butter. I was gonna make a comment about cocoa butter and like petroleum jelly, and that's not good for the sun. Not good for the sun.
Good for Ash.
Good for the sun.
That's what we call a cooking option.
Right.
You know, looking back in the day, unfortunately, my husband tells me this all the time. He wanted to get nice and bronze in the sun, and he used to use that. No, we don't do that no more. That is not good sun.
That's a different kind of tan, I'm telling you. And you know what I did want to mention when you were talking about sunburn? A lot of people think that they'll recognize it immediately, and you don't. No. What I found, because of course I felt like, oh, we don't burn. There's an itch. It feels like your skin itches when it's beginning. And you're thinking, listen, you're on the beach, it's sand everywhere, there may be bugs, wherever, and you're feeling this itch thinking it's other things. But then if you ignore it long enough, it turns into burn. Yeah. I say that because I forget, and I'm reading on the beach on the magazine, my knees are bent, and I'm like, oh, my knees are itching. I scratch them. I keep reading. We're going 45 minutes. I'm reading. When I go to stand up and have to straighten my knees out, it's burning, and it's like feeling like it's crackling. I didn't realize that was sunburn, and that's how it started. So you want to pay attention to the changes that your body is experiencing while you're in the sun. And that goes for, like she said, the skin. It goes for breathing, lightheadedness, all of it. I'm a person who suffers from thyroid disease, and I'm not supposed to be in the sun. But I think we talked about this before. I love the sun shine so much. I don't want to not get it. I want to get the vitamin D. I want to feel good. So I have to recognize when enough is enough.
Right.
That's another point.
And that's everything in moderation. I want to take that point and turn to other things that you could do for sun protection. I love to go to the beach. I'm a beach person. I'm a beach warrior. But I never travel to the beach without my chair, my umbrella chair. I have an umbrella chair that I always have that can go down. And to your point, I think we have to be very use wisdom when we get to the beach, and we can get our little sun. But then, like I said, that high time in the day, you want to put that umbrella up and cover yourselves. A lot of public beaches now do that's right, that umbrella chair. And it's one of the best ones. You go on my favorite other place, Amazon, and you look it up and you buy that umbrella thing. But now they have tents. They have you can buy your own umbrella. Do be careful with umbrellas. I would recommend that umbrellas, you take the one that they will put that the beach people put up for you, because what does happen, unfortunately, on windy days, those umbrellas can go airborne, and there's been a lot of injuries. I'll just say that with those umbrellas we bring to the beach. If you are going to bring to the beach, you should have at least 12 inches into the sand. At minimum 12 inches into the sand, so that now they don't go airborne when it's a windy time. So always look for umbrellas, umbrellas, your chairs, and again, any other kind of protective thing. But they have tents you can get now that are UV protected, so that when you do come out of the sun, still on the beach, but now you can protect yourself. Now you have a nap, and use that time. You can come and play football games. I love that one with your umbrella chair. I with my umbrella chair when I go watch my boo-boo play football. And I have and
that's the Vaseline.
I'm going to need the men. And it's always the men. They are the ones that's like, oh, I cut my leg wide open just washing Vaseline on it. These are the Vaseline people and the cocoa butter people.
No more of that. We've learned. We
do it.
We have risen from that time of year. That time those years that we were unwise.
Exactly. Don't do it.
No more Vaseline. But I will say this to Mr. Simmons' point. And he's one of those people that has the shaven head. Again, put some of that sunscreen on the head, because that's one of the first places that you get the sunburn. I remember the first time I saw Lamont with a sunburn, I said, "Why is your head so red?" And just totally unaware that he was burning. And we wanted to address that. And just really quick, talking about, say you do get some kind of sunburn. One of the best things to apply is aloe vera. Aloe vera is a really good product. It's all natural, right, Tracy? So
that's right. Just buy the plant.
Aloe vera is a wonderful application. If you do find that you do have some sunburn, you do want to go out there and get a little bit of that, especially for the babies and for your children, so that just in case they get a little bit of it, like Shima said, they start itching. A lot of times sunburns, you do get bumps from sun over sun exposure. So you do, again, the skin, protecting the skin at all costs is real important. So you want to know what to use if you do have a little bit too much sun exposure. And I will say, if you do get too much sun exposure, then avoid the sun the next day. You need to stay out of the sun for a few days so that your skin can heal.
That's right. All right. So listen, ladies, this has been a great show about sun safety. So we want to wrap it up, but we want to have Dr. Melissa give us some wrap up on sun safety and fun in the sun.
Fun in the sun. Now, let me tell you something. One of the things I love about the summer is being able to grab your bag. Yeah.
Is that water?
Grab your bag and your bottle.
But it's beach ready.
It's beach friendly. And I will say, be careful not to overindulge on the beach. Wink, wink. But do bring your libations, but don't overindulge on the libations.
Well, here you drink water and drink wine. Drink water,
wine.
Stay
hydrated. Exactly. But it's so important. And we was talking about great last couple of weeks, Shima gave us some great ideas for budget-friendly vacations. The beach is one of the best budget-friendly vacations. But we want to make sure that we have our skin covered again. Use your SPFs. If you want to look cute on the beach, get the tinted moisturizer and put on a little bit of, your makeup on it. And again, we want to do it on the lips too. So they have they have a SPF for your lips. That's another one we didn't mention. But there you go. Shima got everything. Vitamin C.
Oh my God.
Yes, we want to do that because we don't want our lips to burn. Our lips will burn too. So you want to put the UV SPF on our lips. You want to put them on your nose. You want to get them on for those that have that exposed head, you want to get them on your head, and you want to make sure your shoulders and all those great parts are covered with your SPF. Remember, we're looking for SPFs of 30 to 60, 50. After 50, again, you can get higher to 60, 70, up to 100. Just remember, you're not getting more coverage with that. It's just going to stay on a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. So if you know you're going to be out all day, you do want to get the higher ones, but you want to apply it. You want to apply it every couple of hours. If you go into the water, apply it every time you come out the water, because you want to make sure that you're covered in and out of the water. Keep yourself hydrated. And again, as you look into the different clothing, if you are one of those people that need to have, again, you might have sensitive skin, there's different clothing you could be wearing. You could buy, I love to wear a sundress sometimes to cover myself up on the beach, and I'm covered during those higher sun times. So cover yourself up. And last but not least, bring other accessories to keep you out of the sun. Hats, sunglasses, tents, all kind, your umbrellas, all of those things will help you have a great Sunday, have a great time at the beach, at the pool, and enjoy yourself, but be safe the whole time you're there.
Yay!
Enjoy.
Yes. As Shima
gets leaving now.
To the beach.
I'm on my way.
Work it. I love that. She needs to be on the cover of SI right now. Go on, girl.
Or FEM Talk magazine. How about that?
You better say it, Tracy.
So this has been another great episode. Join us next week, everybody. We're going to be talking about the Summer Body Blitz. Get your body ready for summer. It is not too late. So we will see you here next week at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We love you and take care.